Hello everyone, welcome to another series of To The Point. Today's topic of discussion is UN Biodiversity Conference COP15. First of all, let's see why is it in the news. Recently, in the UN Biodiversity Conference or COP15, governments from around the world came together to agree on a new set of goals to guide global action through 2030 to halt and reverse nature loss. Now let's discuss what is the UN Biodiversity Conference COP15. COP15 is the most important gathering on biodiversity in a decade. It aims at achieving a historic deal to halt and reverse biodiversity loss on par with the 2015 Paris Agreement on climate change. In Paris, all countries agreed to hold the increase in the global average temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. The draft Global Biodiversity Framework or GBF set to replace the Aichi biodiversity targets comprises 22 targets and 4 goals proposed for 2030, a stepping stone to the 2050 goal of living in harmony with nature. The GBF targets include reducing pollution, subsidies harmful to nature, and the rate of introduction of invasive alien species, among others. Now let's understand about the key areas discussed. Conservation, protection, and restoration. Delegates committed to protecting 30% of land and 30% of coastal and marine areas by 2030, fulfilling the deal's highest profile goal known as 30 by 30. The deal also aspires to restore 30% of degraded lands and waters throughout the decade, up from an earlier aim of 20%. And the world will strive to prevent destroying intact landscapes and areas with a lot of species, bringing those losses close to zero by 2030. Money for nature. The signatories aim to ensure $200 billion per year is channeled to conservation initiatives from public and private sources. Big companies report impacts on biodiversity. Companies should analyze and report how their operations affect and are affected by biodiversity issues. Harmful subsidies. Countries committed to identify subsidies that deplete biodiversity by 2025 and then eliminate, phase out, or reform them. India argued to create a new and dedicated fund to help developing countries successfully implement a post-2020 global framework to halt and reverse biodiversity loss. Now let's discuss what is the post-2020 global biodiversity framework. The post-2020 global biodiversity framework builds on the strategic plan for biodiversity 2011 to 2020. Goals and targets. The new framework have 4 goals to achieve by 2050. To halt the extinction and decline of biodiversity, to enhance and retain nature's services to humans by conserving, to ensure fair and equitable benefits to all from use of genetic resources, and to close the gap between available financial and other means of implementation and those necessary to achieve the 2050 vision. Now it's time for the practice question. Which of the following is or are the objectives of the UN Biodiversity Conference or COP15? 1. To protect 30% of land and 30% of coastal and marine areas by 2030. 2. To restore 30% of degraded lands and waters throughout the decade. 3. To prevent destroying intact landscapes and areas with a lot of species. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Dear viewers, watch this topic in Hindi on our Drishti IAS Hindi YouTube channel.